and welcome to this week's In Conversation. My name is Phil Jackman and I lead on CyberNorth, Dynamo Northeast Cybersecurity Cluster, supported by Accenture and the Innovation Super Network. We're recognised by both DCMS and the National Cybersecurity Centre as representing the region. Each week, I'm talking to people in the Northeast cybersecurity industry. And today, I'm joined by Sam Ogle, Curriculum Manager, Digital at Sunderland College and Hartlepool Sixth Form Centre. I usually call it Sunderland College, but there you go. So Sam, I think we first met at Newcastle College. So can you tell us a bit about yourself and what you're up to at Sunderland?
Yeah, so I grew up in a little village in Cumbria, and then I left school when I was 16 and I went to work at the local factory as an IT engineer. I went to I was an apprentice, so I went through university with that employer. And then a few years down the line, decided I wanted to go into teaching, so I joined Carlisle College as a computing lecturer. I then later on through NCG joined Newcastle College as a curriculum leader, and then in September I joined Sunderland College to become the curriculum manager for digital across Sunderland and Hartlepool Sixth Form.
Yes, I was going to say, it's not just one college, is it? You're part of the Education Partnership Northeast with Northumberland, Sunderland and Hartlepool. How does that group work? Are there colleges locally, independently, or do they work together?
Yeah, so as you say, you've got Northumberland College, you've got Sunderland College, and you've got Hartlepool Sixth Form in there. So the emphasis on EPNE is that it's a regional-based college group with the headquarters based in Sunderland. They're not totally independent, but where we have specialisms and in specialist areas, we'll work across the group. Staff across all the campuses will work together. But also recognition that each college will work towards the local markets within there as well. EPNE as a whole will have around 21.5 students a year that we will support across the whole of the college group.
All right, okay, so these must be very trying times for learning. How has the group adapted to life in COVID? Are the colleges open, for example?
Yeah, so on the north of the Tyne, we've got Kirkley Hall, which is open, and then on the south of the Tyne, we've got Bede Campus, which is open at the minute to support our vulnerable students for remote delivery, and a majority of staff are currently working from home. It's the third national lockdown, but the second time education has gone into this. I wasn't here for the first lockdown, but speaking to staff and the feel is that this time we are better versed within lockdown for that remote delivery. Prior to the first lockdown, the EPNE created a COVID procedure for the whole of the college group for the different stages that it would take during COVID recovery. So the students this time as well, because they're a little bit more used to that online learning, they're finding it much better. They get the process, they understand what's coming, they understand how to work more remotely, which is obviously a really positive side of it, especially within the digital sector of the students getting used to that digital working. But there's definitely challenges in place.
It must make it easier to push specialisms around a more limited audience online than in physical.
Yeah, so you can do a rate. So it gives you the opportunity to do a bit of a blended approach with the students. It gives you opportunity to try different things that you maybe can't try when you're in when you're physically in the college, and it allows students to kind of explore digital technologies a little bit further, particularly maybe within those industries that don't naturally fit within the digital sector usually.
Okay, excellent. So the education system of late, and certainly last year, had its share of cybersecurity attacks. How's the group worked to protect the learning assets now that a lot of this work is done remotely?
So we've got a dedicated IT team across EPNE who are really good at making sure that as a group that we are very secure. We've got well established and utilised support software and the remote software which is in place that we're using to ensure that it's got the right cybersecurity elements in it, that we are kept secure. But in addition to that, the executive leadership team receive reports around IT and cybersecurity attacks, so they're aware of what's going on within the group as well.
Excellent. But cybersecurity is amongst the subjects that you offer as a group, isn't it? What qualifications are the students able to study?
So now we're at a point where cybersecurity and networking will come into the curriculum from what you class as level 2, and straight up to our HE offers. So students will be able to come in and they can do level 2 programs, and they'll learn about the basics of networking. You've then got apprenticeship pathways at level 3. You've got full-time offers at level 3, where it becomes a little bit more specialist, where the students will start to look at the more core areas within cybersecurity. We've also got access to HE within the college as well, within our computing pathway, where they also cover networking and cybersecurity within that. And then our HE offer has roots within cyber and networking as well. So you can literally come to us when you are 16 and stay with us for a number of years and become very well qualified within the cybersecurity field, which is really good for the region, and really exciting for the students within the area.
So are you finding interest in cybersecurity as a subject growing, or is it static, or is it not?
Yeah, I think we're starting to see, we're at the point where we're starting to see it expand a lot more. You always get the students who are really excited by cybersecurity, the ones who want to look at ethical hacking, and the ones who kind of want to look at the legal entity of that. So we're definitely seeing an expansion of students learn a little bit more about it. I think with the portion of areas around things like Brexit and students understanding that there is new opportunities there as well. We also tell the students within the college kind of the region as a whole, it's an exciting region to be in because of those career opportunities which are in place, the businesses who are moving to the region, and the opportunity that you don't need to move to London or Manchester for these opportunities. They are right on your doorstep, which for anybody is brilliant.
And how about diversity? Are you seeing, is it mostly males?
We do see mostly male at the minute. We're starting to see a bit of a growing trend for girls getting into computing in general, and more interest in cybersecurity. So we have seen a growth in that this year. It is a key area that we want to work on, and we definitely want more girls to be interested within the sector. And I think within industry, that is starting to grow, so it's up to us to kind of expand that as well, and make it not a male-dominated industry.
Okay, so that's excellent, and we could do with more qualified cybersecurity experts in the region. So how can the learning sector attract more students to study relevant cybersecurity courses?
So I think it's about that. It's about that expansion of the curriculum and making it relevant and exciting to the students, that it's a sector that they want to go into. We've got with the new developments within the region around 5G. It's the next stage of students wanting to get involved and learn about it. It's students wanting to see the next stages of the curriculum, and kind of for us, it's something which we explain to students is the jobs that exist now potentially aren't the jobs that are going to exist in the 5 or 10 years time, and it's about how they develop and how they grow, which is really exciting as well. I think for us at Sunderland College as well, we've just received £3 million for our new digital innovation centre. So it's sort of around cybersecurity and digital technology in general. You've got opportunities there. So for example, we're going to have we'll have virtual reality software. So even if you're working within the health sector, you've then got the opportunity to do CPR within virtual reality, which means that you're expanding outside of the digital curriculum and opening it up much wider across the whole of the college. And it's exciting for businesses within the region as well to kind of see that expansion, how that growth comes in, to ensure that they're getting the right skills in for the right people into their jobs going forward.
Exactly. It's all about, the real aim is getting more people, more employment for your students. So what help do you want from the cybersecurity industry in helping the students get employment?
So at APNE, one of our goals is that we want that we build a careers focused curriculum. And that means that, like you say, at the end of any student's journey with us, we want to see them go into employment. We want to see them succeed and gain jobs within that, or gain apprenticeships. So for employers within the region, we really want to work with employers across the region to make sure that our curriculum is meeting the needs of what employers need and want within the region. And like I say, to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the jobs for the now, but we're also meeting the jobs for the future as well. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's just digital businesses that we want to attract. We want to work with everybody to make sure that that digital sector can get out into all of the areas to fill all of the jobs within the region, and make sure that the Northeast can continue to be a digital innovation area of the country.
Thanks, Sam. So my last question, I've been saying this for many months now, but these next few months are going to be a real challenge. What are your hopes in terms of the future?
I think hope is the key word, and I think for us it's in education. It's about getting back safely to that face-to-face education eventually, and making sure that the students are still continuing to receive that high quality of education, which they are online, but it's good to get back to face-to-face delivery. I think as well within the education sector, whether you work at primary school, secondary school, FE, HE, SEN, I think full credit goes out to everybody who works in them sectors. It's a really tough time. It's a really tough time to teach remotely. So I think that would be the long-term hope. And I think for the hope for us at Sunderland College is that going forward in the future, we've got that new digital innovation centre that we can build and develop our curriculum for the region, and make sure that we're creating those jobs or filling those jobs with our students going forward.
Well said, and I think the learning sector has, like many people, have had to jump through hoops over the last few months. So, well, thanks very much for that, Sam. I'd also like to thank Robert Campbell, who's helped me to set up these conversations. Look out for the next in our series, and if you're interested in taking part, please get in touch. Thanks very much, Sam.
No problem.